Macmillan Publishers has released the second edition of its Information Technology for CSEC examination student book called the Information Technology Text Illustration. The book presentation to education officers here on Monday also took the form of a workshop at the Curriculum Development Unit Conference Room, which was sponsored by Macmillan Publishers' local representative Dennis Games and Digicel. According to ICT coordinator Chaniat Ramsamuj, the objectives of the workshop were to give the education officers the opportunity to evaluate the book and its contents. The educators also assessed the sustainability of the textbook to support the delivery of the lower school and CSEC curricula. Senior Education Officer in the Curriculum Development Unit, Aldia Gumsdaya, encouraged the students to use the encourage the teachers to use the instruction methods in the textbook to their advantage.
I know that we are going to focus on the review of this book, but I am certain that when you leave here as well, you will be leaving with new methods, new technologies, different things that you can try in the classroom even without using this book. So I want to wish everyone a very productive session, and Mr. Campbell, I want to extend a welcome again on behalf of the Ministry of Education. Thank you for coming, and make today's session be all that it was planned for.
Representative of telecommunications company Digicel, Diana Caesar, said they were pleased to provide bandwidth internet access with microwave link and other technological tools for the workshop to run smoothly.
We're happy to be part of this event. When we got the call from Ms. Ramsamush, we gladly jumped on that opportunity because it really represents what Digicel Business and its solution is about. She requested about 10 megs or so, DIA, up and down, and as I'm sure she could attest to the length of time from which she requested it and between which it was delivered was exceptional, and that is what we pride ourselves on. Most of you may know Digicel as a telecom mobile company. However, we are changing, and one arm of that change is Digicel Business.
A number of young people from the region meeting here for a two-day leadership workshop got an insight on the fundamentals of what makes a good leader earlier today. This came from a presentation made by commercial manager of the St. Vincent Brewery Limited, Shafia London Williams, to the participants of the Rotary Club workshop taking place at the Blue Lagoon in Villa. London Williams told the young leaders that there are 4 fundamentals of leadership, one of which is humility.
Leadership is not about you. Leadership is about the people who you are serving. So as a great leader, it is not I am, I do. It's not I. It's about we and the people that you're serving. Great leaders such as George Washington realized this, and some of the things that they said are important for it is, 1, you recognize the concerns of those who you're serving. 2, you're able to live with the difficulties that those persons may face. And 3, you make the focus about them rather than yourself, your ideas and your status. So if you don't, because what you're doing is basically connecting with the people that you're serving. When you connect, when you're humble, you would find that it is easier for people to follow you.
She says innovation is another fundamental, than that too often leaders get stuck in doing things the same way over and over again, and they need to step out of the box and be more creative in how they operate.
A leader has to be able to show others how things can be done and how they can be done differently. This is to ensure that the organization or the group doesn't fall into a sense of complacency. Because if you're doing things the same way all the time, every time, year after year, after a while people get bored. What are we doing differently? A leader has to be able to say, let's try something new. Let's try something different. It may be the same thing with a twist to it, or it may be something completely new. So as leaders, we have to practice trying new ideas. We have to apply skills from outside of our field, and we have to develop new thinking habits. As leaders, you have to train your brain to innovate.
The workshop is the first of its kind and has drawn participants from Antigua Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Barbados, and host SVG. Vincentians can look forward to the naming of all 15 candidates to contest the next general elections on the governing Unity Labour Party ticket by the start of the second quarter of this year. Speaking to members of the media earlier this week, party leader and Prime Minister Dr. Alf Gonzalez says the ULP is scheduled to host its 2015 convention by mid-April, and that by that time, all candidates should be in place.
But if I'm advised otherwise, through inspiration, that matters should be brought forward, they'll be brought forward with alacrity.
Meanwhile, commenting on the status of the former chairman of the Housing and Lands Development Corporation, HLDC, Beresford Phillips, Dr. Gonzalez says he does not allow anyone to chair a state enterprise while sitting as a member of parliament or serving as a candidate, or is likely to become a candidate.
I don't want that institution to be in any way sullied by any perception of any political bias, interferences, or anything of the sort. In the case of me, Prime Minister, I'm elected by the people, and I'm put here. But the accounting officer in the office of the Prime Minister is not me, no, it's the Cabinet Secretary. People with the Green Hill, that the matter is actively being dealt with, and a process of speedy completion would be put in place. Well, when I get the report by the end of this week, next week, I have a discussion with all the parties concerned, and then see what resources they have, how much money to come in, what other resources they may need. You know, the practical questions, now, and sort them out.
Additionally, Dr. Gonzalez says the business of the Green Hill home owners under the government's housing project is currently being looked at. Next week, PM Gonzalez will be attending two important regional meetings. The first will be a meeting of the Eastern Caribbean Monetary Council, which he chairs in St. Kitts, and the second, the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in the Bahamas. A memorial concert will be held in Fancy tomorrow, the 40th day since the rock gutter tragedy. The Solidarity Concert is a collaborative effort between the Pan Against Crime Committee and the Association of Gospel, that should be of artists, writers, and producers. It will feature a number of performances and hear remarks from a number of church leaders, Area Representative Montgomery Daniel, Police Commissioner Michael Charles, and the feature address delivered by Prime Minister Dr. Alf Gonzalez. The proceedings are expected to get started by 3 p.m. Police are investigating a shooting incident which occurred last night in the Sandy Bay area. Reports are that 2 young men received gunshot wounds to the face and hand and are presently hospitalized. Up to news time, the circumstances surrounding the incident are not yet known.